I'm not a morning person.
Dedicated and being passionate about it.
Bodybuilders have become more lazy.
People have always thought I lift fake weights.
Iran and the United States.
You take responsibility for that. Chest is one of your stronger points, right, in your physique. Mm-hmm. What is the secret? What do you do to build a strong chest, and what kind of exercises do you do to build a chest like yours?
Well, I always used to do just a regular barbell bench press, but quite different from how a lot of other people do it. I used to watch Arnold's Pumping Iron and also the Outtakes from Pumping Iron, because sometimes there are exercises not shown in the movie itself, but they are shown in some clips. And for example, you could see Arnold doing an incline bench press, just a few reps, but I could see, okay, how is he doing this? He's gripping the bar wider. He's letting the bar drop down his chest a lot higher than I'm used to. So I really mimicked how he was doing the exercise and found out that, okay, I'm actually getting a better stretch. I'm getting a better mind-muscle connection, getting a better pump like this, because my physique actually resembles in terms of the height and how long my arms are to Arnold. So I could actually look at how he works out and do the same as he did and feel, okay, does this work for me or not? And it actually worked quite well, especially for chest, because we all know Arnold's chest is just enormous. So I just watched, okay, how can he create such a big chest? What did he do for it? And it was just the basic movements, just the barbell bench press, incline bench press, the dumbbell flies. But one thing that is very important is the full stretch. So that's why you have to go all the way to your chest with the bar to actually stretch out the chest fibers. And also with the dumbbell flies, he said you have to go all the way to the ground with your dumbbells to actually feel that maximum stretch. So you have to go for the maximum stretch, for the maximum tension, and don't use the front delts in doing the presses. Just really retract the shoulder blades, really focus on the chest, and really, not do anything else but feel that chest, because you don't want to feel the front delts, not as much the triceps, not the joints, just the chest itself. And when you notice exercises that really work for you, where you only feel the chest and use full range of motion and combine heavy loads with high volume, then that chest is going to grow over, of course, a couple of years, because that's what it took for me as well.
What weight you usually do on a flat bench?
I used to do a lot more. Actually, I moved away from doing a flat bench press at the beginning of the workout. Right now, I do other movements first and actually end with a flat bench press, because it's, you want to take less and less risks the more you get into the bodybuilding game. Because when I was very young, I thought I was indestructible. So it doesn't matter what I did, even if my form on the bench press was all wrong, it didn't matter, because I was fine. Nothing really happened until on one day you kind of feel pain in the elbow, or you feel the front delt being inflamed, and that's when you start to think about how your workout should be structured. So that's when I actually moved the bench press to the end of the workout. But I used to do about 180 kilos. So I think like that's 405 pounds for like a set of 10. But I never really went above that, because I knew about the risks of tearing your pec if you go really heavy on the bench press. And I heard that from Barry de May, actually, when I of course, because we both live in the Netherlands, a few years ago when I was an up-and-coming bodybuilder, we talked quite a lot about training and how we regretted actually going too heavy on the bench press, and that kind of was the ending of his career as a bodybuilder in the Mr. Olympia. He never was the same after that. So whenever he said that, it was stuck in my mind that I really shouldn't risk it anymore on the bench press that much and go to other exercises that are just safer, more bodybuilding friendly. Even though the bench press worked for me in the past, I already built a good chest, so I could just use that muscle on other exercises to make it grow even more, but not risk the injury as much.
What about decline bench or dumbbells? Is that important, you think?
Well, it's not really important to do the decline, but it has actually been proven that the decline bench press actually works the upper chest just as much, if not more, than the incline bench press. So that's very interesting, how a lot of people think if you do the incline, it's going to be for the upper chest, the decline for the lower chest. But actually, if you look when you're shredded and you're doing a decline bench press, you can actually see all the way to the top of the muscle of the chest, the contractions and the squeeze. So, but I do believe that the angle of the decline should only be a couple of degrees, like 10 or 15 degrees down, because you only want a slight difference in angle. Because if you do it too much, it's just going to strain other muscles. It's going to be an unnatural motion to do, and it's just not going to feel natural. So to me, it has a place, but it's not really one of the more important movements for chest.
And then I want to ask you one more thing about the functional training. How much cardio do you do? And do you do it early in the morning on an empty stomach? How do you do your cardio?
Well, I do my cardio by just walking outside on a steady pace because we have a dog as well. So I make it a practical thing as well. So I just walk for half an hour before breakfast in the morning just to keep up my cardio that way. And also about half an hour before the last meal of the day. So at least an hour of walking or at least 10,000 steps. I have this watch, for example, that tracks my steps. And I just want to take at least 10,000 steps so I know that my movement throughout the day has been plenty. And that also really does a big difference in not doing any kind of cardio in the off season compared to doing the cardio. Because first of all, you can eat more, your digestion is better, but also your performance in the gym is better because your heart rate, can more easily adjust to do longer workouts. Because if your cardiovascular level is very low, your heart rate will shoot up really quickly and stay there for longer. Compared to if you have a good cardiovascular health, it will go down faster, so you're ready quicker for the next set, and that's a benefit for bodybuilders.